It's recording.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know what to say.
So you want to introduce it? Say, hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my husband Frank. This is probably the first formal introduction I've done to you guys. Or what?
What?
Done to you guys?
Whatever.
This is the first formal introduction of him on my channel.
Yeah.
So we have some exciting news, so that's why he's sitting next to me today. And
so the reason why I'm sitting here next to her today is because we just found out recently. Well, okay, we didn't find out recently. We're about 6 months along now, but we are expecting a child. So Brittany's pregnant. We're super excited about that. In general, the reason why I think Brittany and I kind of talked about me kind of being on the video is because we kind of wanted to talk about just like our experience with it.
well, we should probably tell them why we took so long to film this.
Well, why did we?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I was nervous to get on here and talk about it, I think.
Okay.
I didn't know what to say.
So then that'll be
that's why
more.
it took us 6 months to do our pregnancy announcement.
Yeah, so then that'll be kind of more to this story. So
And we just announced it on Facebook last week, right?
yeah,
On
so
my personal Facebook anyways, but I haven't really put it on any of my other social medias yet. Definitely not YouTube, but there was like a little sneak peek on my Instagram if you caught it. I don't think a lot of people did, but I'll definitely be posting more like pregnancy pictures and stuff like that on my Instagram. And then I'll do like pregnancy updates on YouTube as well. So, yeah.
So we just kind of wanted to kind of talk about it and just like our experience with it. Not everybody is the same, right? And we know that some people who might watch us already know us. They already know like our story, like they already know like what we've been through. So just for those of you who just kind of want to hear my side of it, it's been a little bit of a unique kind of a ride. So some of you might already know, but we already have a child. His name is Jaden. He's 13. Jaden is not mine, like biologically, but in my brain and in my world, he's mine, right? So with that being said, I've been in Jaden's life since he was about 2 years old, is when I came in the picture. And then since then, I would say that I really took on a fatherly role probably over the last like 7 to 8 years. Like
Well, when we moved to California.
Yeah, like when we like moved to California, so back in 2012. Before that, it's not that I didn't want to be his dad or anything like that. It's just that when I first met like Brittany, I was 19 years old. She was 21. I was in college. I was a sophomore in college, and I was still kind of in my fun phase. And
you played football.
And I played football, so yeah, whatever. So there's all the stereotypes here that are going to come with that. But so you know, like a lot of people might think that I was out kind of doing whatever. That's not the case. It's just I was in college just trying to kind of make it through that and have a good time, and wasn't really ready to be a dad yet. I was around Jaden, and when I was there with him, you know, like of course I was nice to him and everything like that, but being his dad and kind of taking in that role was kind of a weird position for me at the time. So it wasn't really something that I really kind of took that serious, as messed up as that sounds. But as a 19-year-old child, you know, I felt that I was kind of just doing the best with what I could. I know some people just kind of like maturity-wise are kind of at a place where they can do that at 19. I wasn't. So I'm not even gonna sit here and try and fake it and say that like I was his dad and I was doing all these things for him, because I wasn't. So the truth of that is that when we kind of moved out here to California, that's when things kind of changed. We moved in, we're now a family, and you know, like her and I got engaged. Things became really serious. And then now, like here we are, and we've been together now for like 11 years on July 7th.
And I was gonna say, you always make it sound like it's longer than it actually is.
Oh, but it's gonna be 11 years on July 7th.
We'll have our 1 year wedding anniversary on July 7th, 2019.
So we've only been married for about 11 months, but we've been engaged for like 5 years.
We
6
were
years, 7
engaged
years?
for like 6 years, and then
Yeah,
we went to Vegas and got married on our 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, so we've been together like a long time. So that's kind of like our like little background story.
Well, and I do plan on doing a video talking about my first pregnancy with Jaden, because I guess technically I was a teen mom, because I got pregnant July after my senior year of high school, so I was still 18, and then I had him a month after I turned 19. So I'll probably film a video talking about that in general, because that was like a shit show. So maybe I'll do a video talking about that, and then maybe like compare it to like how this pregnancy is going. And then if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, you can leave that in the comments in this video, and then I'll make sure to answer them in that video.
So then that kind of leads into where we are now, and kind of what's kind of taken so long a little bit with us having kids.
Well, we weren't gonna have any more.
Yeah, which I'll get into that here in a second. So then that's kind of like our story, just kind of leading up to it, right? So then with that being said, so then Brittany had Jaden young, so like she said, I'm not going to really get into that whole story. I'll just kind of say that she was young, and it wasn't the best case scenario, and it kind of led on to paths where Brittany had felt that she was never going to have kids again, or just thought that she was just never going to do it again, just didn't really want to go through it. There's a lot of things that had happened, and then she'll discuss that at a later time when she feels okay and when she feels up to do it. So then with that being said, like I kind of knew that, like in my relationship with Brittany, like along the way, sometimes she would get into these moods or these days where she would say that she wanted to have kids again, and she wanted to, and then other times she would say that she didn't, and then
well, everybody gets baby fever.
Yeah, so she was getting baby fever, but for the most part, I had kind of come to terms with the fact that I may never like have the opportunity to like have a child if I'm gonna stay with like Brittany. And you know, like when we got married, like I can't lie, like it was a factor for me whether or not I could really do that, because I didn't know if I could go the rest of my life without having any kids, or without having any of my own, or you know, so like I have Jaden, right, and I love him to death, and I treat him as my own child. But I was more so curious just to kind of see if like what I could maybe like create, or like what like we could like create, and I didn't know if I would ever get that opportunity. I'm totally satisfied with Jaden. The funny thing about that is that a long time ago, many years ago, I said that if I ever had a son, I would want his name to be Jaden. And then here I am, I meet Brittany, and then all of a sudden we're getting married and I have a son and his name is Jaden. So it's just weird how things work out. But so we've moved forward with our whole like relationship, and just kind of along the way, I accepted the fact that I was never gonna have kids. So that's why I kind of wanted to be in this video too as well, because I didn't know if maybe there's people that could possibly relate to my side of that, or kind of like relate to our situation and just kind of how we felt.
And plus too, I didn't want to have any more kids with Jaden being like so old, and then every time he would ask for a sibling, we would just get him a cat.
Yeah, we just kept replacing it with animals. But yeah, so I think she was like around 10 weeks along, like when we found out that she was pregnant. So when she had
I think it was only 2 months.
Okay, so she's about like 2 months. So about like 8 weeks in. So then whenever we had found out that she was pregnant,
and the week before we found out I was pregnant, I just signed with that fit modeling agency, and I went to the fitting and I got my measurements taken. I was like, oh, my stomach's gained like 2 inches, like what's going on? And then I kept complaining to him about stuff or whatever, and then he said he had a dream that I was pregnant, and then when he woke up he went and got a pregnancy test, and then we took it. Yeah,
so then that kind of leads on to the next part of it.
And I was pissed.
So I had this dream, and then she goes and she takes a like test, and so I've always kind of just thought to myself and had, I guess, like an inner conversation with myself that if she was ever to get pregnant, I knew she wasn't going to be happy about it, which is understandable, but you'll understand that in a later video. If you don't understand it right now, I promise that you will later on. So when we did find out, I just kind of had an inner conversation with myself that if she was mad, I just wasn't going to say anything. If she was happy, then I was going to be happy. So when we found out that she was pregnant, she was mad, so I was just
I didn't cry though, but I was pissed. When I found out I was pregnant with Jaden, I cried for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, and so I was just quiet. I just was just sitting there not saying anything at all.
Well, yeah, and we weren't even supposed to be pregnant because we took Plan B.
Yeah, so we found out.
And we need a refund.
Yeah, so we found out that not all the time does Plan A work, and neither does Plan B, and now here we are with Plan C. So whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, and we took it soon enough too, and I don't understand because we take it. It's not like we've taken it like a million times, but like obviously we've probably taken it once every couple of years, just in case. And then this time it didn't work. So this baby was like, I'm coming.
So this was a product
regardless.
Review. Yeah. So this was a product review of Plan B. It sucks. Don't use it.
And we need a refund.
Yeah. And so she basically, we found out that she's pregnant, and she's mad and she's upset, and I'm just quiet about it. And then now we've been on like a little bit of, I guess, like a journey with it, like getting to experience things like finding out the gender, which we'll talk about later, like getting to go to our first like ultrasound,
which I'm gonna do a 25-week recap. So I'll talk about like my appointments and like stuff along the way, like cravings or pain or just pregnancy symptoms in general. So I'll put that in that video. But we just wanted to keep this video just as like a pregnancy announcement, like, hey, we're pregnant, people, but we want to do other videos where there's more like detail and stuff.
Yeah, and we mainly, well, for me, I just wanted to get out my story. I guess it's like a little bit of therapy for me, just to kind of be out here and just kind of telling people in some kind of way.
Well, yeah, and then every time I film YouTube videos for the last 6 months, I'm like filming makeup tutorials and I'm like, oh yeah, well today the pregnant, and I'm like, wait, they don't know yet. I can't put that in there because then people are gonna be like, what? So now I can finally talk about it.
Yeah, so we have other friends and stuff like that, and our family is on Facebook that already knows, obviously. So for those of you that are on Facebook, if you see this or are friends, like, we know you already know. But yeah, so we've gotten to do a lot of firsts, and I can't really put into words, and I get emotional even talking about it, like how excited that I am to be able to have this opportunity and to be able just to even like have the opportunity just to be a dad, just to say that I'm a dad. Like, I know that I've had that like with Jaden, but it's been a different kind of experience for me because, you know, he does have a biological father and he doesn't call me dad. He just calls me Frank, right? When he talks about me to his friends and everything like that, he
says
just,
dad.
you know, yeah, he'll say dad and everything like that, but then he gets mad again and it's back to Frank, so whatever. So, you know, like, we are a lot closer than we've ever been really in the last 6 to 7 years, with him being 13 and him and I can kind of, you know, like build like a nice solid
well, that's because he's too cool for mom now, and now he wants to do guy stuff with Frank, but before he did whatever I wanted all the time.
Yeah, like, he was a bit of a mama's boy, but that's okay. That's fine. Like, that's just how he is as his personality.
And two, I think it took us, found I was pregnant, I was pissed for what, like a good 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I made a doctor's appointment, which I haven't even been to like an actual doctor since Jaden. So that was interesting. But so we did that, and then I think like 2 weeks after that, because I was irritated that I just signed with that agency and I wanted to work with them, and then I was like, well, what am I gonna do? They're not gonna keep me. I just, you know, whatever. And then I found a agent that only signs pregnant models, so she only does maternity modeling, and I was like, what? So I guess I was just like assigned to, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of weird just how things kind of worked out. I mean,
but who would have thought there'd be an agent that was specifically for pregnant women? So
yeah.
That's just crazy.
And yeah, so this baby just basically decided that they were just gonna come, whether we liked it or not. I'm obviously okay with it, and I'm excited. And we just have to hope that for the rest of this time that everything goes well. I know that anything can happen. I'm just hoping for...
Yeah, and he's already asking me for baby number 2.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for a happy, healthy baby. And I'm hoping that I can kind of convince her, which she can say that she wants to, like, all... or so she can say that like all she wants to, but she has even said a couple times, she's kind of slipped up and said, I think we're gonna end up having a second child. So that to me kind of makes
those
me...
are just the pregnancy hormones, like, you know, when you're like, I have severe pregnancy brain, worse than I ever had with Jaden, like this time around. Like, I'm so stupid, like more stupid than usual in like when I'm not pregnant and I say something and it doesn't make any sense, like I know that it doesn't make any sense and I correct it. But now if I say stuff and it doesn't make any sense, in my head it still made sense.
Yeah, so it still makes sense anyway. So now whenever this baby's born, I'm gonna see if I can try to talk her into having another one, and then we'll have 3 kids running around.
But then I told him that everybody in this house is getting fixed after this baby.
Yeah,
everybody getting fixed.
Yeah, so that includes Jaden, so I guess he's never gonna have kids either, so whatever.
When you watch other people's pregnancy videos on YouTube, I feel like they're like crying and they're so excited and blah, blah, blah. And then like we were like polar opposites. Like he wanted to cry and be super excited. I was pissed, and that was like 13 years later after having my first kid, and I still had like the same reaction, which is crazy. So I think it's just nice for you guys to see that like not everybody is like...
But if you heard her story
when
too
it comes
as well,
to babies.
Yeah, if you heard her story as well, I mean, you would kind of understand from what she went through to now. And so like with that being said, I mean, I can be more than like happy than I am now. I can be...
We have 10 minutes and I have to buy those Casey Holmes t-shirts because you said I could. Tell everybody on YouTube that I can buy them.
I'm not buying this.
Tell them on YouTube that we can buy them in 10 minutes because they sold out the first time.
Okay, so anyway.
No, I'm holding you accountable. I'm going to leave this in the video.
So, so then we're super happy now. She kind of got over it, and that's not to take away from anybody that can't have kids or anybody that can't have, you know, like that experience. I'm very thankful that we are. It's just that not everybody feels like they are prepared, but sometimes the babies are the ones who kind of make up their mind if they want to be here or not. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys listening to my side of it and hearing kind of like what I have to say. And
again, if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and I'll make sure to answer them like in another video. In our next kind of like pregnancy video we're gonna do like the gender myths video, and then after that we'll do like our big like gender reveal, which we actually found out at 14 weeks, but we're keeping it a secret. So only like a couple people know, and then us obviously. But so we're gonna be doing those videos. And then again, I'll do the 25-week pregnancy like recap video. And yeah, so make sure you guys keep a lookout for those. And what else?
The end. Bye.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. So we just shut off the camera, and then I realized that you guys probably want to see a bump update. So it's not very big. I kind of just woke up like 3 days ago and had a little something, but I know there's some women out there that have like teeny tiny bumps. You can't even tell they're pregnant, and there's other women that are like bigger, and I'm kind of like in between. Like it's already almost 5 p.m. so I've already drank a bunch of water and ate and stuff, but when I wake up first thing in the morning, it's kind of still flat, I guess, but I'll show you guys. So this is what I'm working with. So when I was pregnant with Jaden, I didn't get very big at all either. I still wore all my normal clothes, but that's when like low-rise jeans were still like a thing. So I didn't have to buy any maternity clothes or anything like that. I just wore my same clothes, but I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that it'll be like the same with this baby, so that way I could just like wear all my normal stuff and just buy like bigger t-shirts or stuff like that. So we'll see. But I just wanted to pop on here real quick and give you guys a bump update.
Okay, so we got done filming, and then Jaden said he kind of wanted to be in the video too, and he kind of wanted just to talk about it. So we brought in Jaden into the video, and I guess he said he doesn't really know what to say. He just said he wanted to be in it. So how do you feel about your new sibling coming?
I'm excited and I'm happy.
But are you really excited and you happy? So as you can tell, he's 13. He's really too cool for school. That's why he just did his little hair flip, and his hair's all perfectly creased over to the side. And yeah, just an update on Jaden. It's now summertime for him. He's been up there in his room, being a bot in Fortnite and playing video games. And he's trying to get as good as me, so maybe one day he can beat me in some games.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the update on Jaden. So it seems like he's excited for his sibling, even though he's 13 and older, and it's going to be a little bit of an age gap. I know for me, I have a younger sister who is 19 years younger than me, so it's really kind of something that I've had to kind of put a lot of emphasis on if I want a relationship, especially since I moved out to California and we're from Kansas. So with Jaden, I want to do my best too as well to make sure he is as close to his sibling. We're not going to reveal the gender yet for as much as he can possibly be, and just like always have our door open so that way he can be the best big brother ever. So, do you have anything else you want to say? Huh? Alright.
Are you gonna only say bye?
Okay, so on the count of three, just say bye. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.